Hello guys and welcome to my channel. So Wendy Osefo got assaulted by the resident self-admitted homewrecker Mia in an upcoming episode of Potomac, and I am actually yet to see an outrage about it. So I remember when they were filming earlier this year and reports started circulating that some of the women had gotten into a physical altercation and some false information were leaked, and it basically said that it was Candace who went after Mia. And I remember people going to Candace's social media and dragging her. They were calling her all kinds of things. Maybe because around that time, Chris had started posting about some of the things that were happening from behind the scenes. And so people just put two and two together and concluded that it was Candace who was attacking Mia. And so they went after her and they dragged her and they bullied her and they did all kinds of things. So now that it has been revealed that it was in fact Mia who was attacking Wendy, now I'm waiting for the reaction, and so far it's crickets. Or wait, maybe you guys are waiting to see the full episode to see if Wendy really deserved it or not. Kind of reminds me of this when we see police brutality video on social media and you see some people basically coming to the comment section and saying, well, we don't know the full story. I'm going to wait for the police to tell their side of the story before I can make a judgment or have an opinion or whatever. We see this happen all the time. At least I see this all the time. So maybe that's what you guys are waiting for, to see the full episode and actually see that she deserved to be. Okay, y'all keep waiting. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about the Miami trip. This Miami trip, in my opinion, was intended to draw a line in the sand between the light-skinned bandits and the rest of the ladies. And by the rest of the ladies, make no mistake about it, I am simply talking about Candace and Wendy. Those are the two women who have, from the very beginning of this season, been the target of almost everybody in the group. Heck, even Peter Thomas is coming for Wendy. Like, make that make sense to me. So anyway, back to the Miami trip. So Mia invites Cherise and Mia's best friend, Jacqueline, to a spa. While they were at the spa, Mia shares that she's taking the group to Miami and then invites Cherise to come along. Remember, Cherise and Karen don't get along. Karen wants nothing to do with Cherise, but somehow Messy Mia figures, let me invite Cherise anyways and stir up whatever I need to stir up. Cherise asks where they were going to stay, and Mia reveals that she had rented a house with 6 bedrooms. 6 bedrooms. Mind you, she's inviting 9 ladies to the trip and she's renting a 6-bedroom home. Inviting 9 ladies, okay? So Mia, at this point, it has become clear to me that the fix to bring Cherise back on the show and push Wendy out is in. And because the show's resident bullies, Giselle and Robin, who have bullied nearly everyone on the show for the past 7 years, for the past 7 seasons, do not want to get their hands dirty this time, they have delegated that role to Messy Mia, and she's more than happy to take it on. So it's a 6-bedroom house with 9 people coming on the trip, and 3 people are going to have to share rooms. She tells Cherise that she will probably, most likely, let Cherise pick her own room. And then she said, and I quote, "The ones I don't like so much, Wendy, good luck." That's what she says, right? So let me say this, okay? Let me say this. I don't care that Mia or anybody else doesn't like Wendy. You do not have to like everybody. It's perfectly okay to have somebody that you do not like because you just can't relate with them. That's completely fine. But at least let it be reasonable. And then it doesn't make any sense that you continuously make this person a target of your bully. Like, you can maybe exclude them from events, but you don't invite them to an event and then bully them, use that same event, use that same invitation to bully them. You know, it's almost like you intentionally invite them to a place just so that you can ridicule them, so that you can make fun of them, so that you can exact whatever it is that you want to exact on them. It's like you're actively looking for an opportunity to scapegoat them. That is what doesn't sit with me. It's perfectly fine not to like people. When the show first started, my favorite, my absolute favorite was Robin. She was laid back, at least to me at the time, she seemed laid back. She was the balance between Giselle's messiness and she was the voice of reason. But then I started to see that all of that was just pretend, that she was in fact a bully, in my opinion. And so I started to dislike her. Okay? And that's just how it is. You are perfectly fine to like who you like. But don't, because of your dislike towards them, make them an object of target. That is what doesn't sit well with me. Anyways, she says that she can't stand Wendy because Wendy talks a lot of shit. But so do you, Mia. You talk a lot of shit. You bully and you lie. You forget. You don't even remember your age. You say things that are not true. Come to find out, you are also a self-admitted homewrecker. By your own admission, G was happily married when he was creeping with you. You have so many reasons why people shouldn't like you, myself included. Okay, but I'm not going to invite you to a place because I don't like you and then make you the scapegoat and then make you the butt of the joke and then antagonize you. That is mean and unnecessary. Now let's talk about the trip in itself. The trip looks like something that was rushly put together at the last minute. One of those things where you brag to your friends that, oh, I'm going to take you there, da 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 da. You make all those promises that hasn't really been greenlit, and you are hoping, keeping your fingers crossed, that everything will fall into place the way you had bragged to your friends about. And so they set on their way and things just didn't fall into place. But because you did enough, then you can actually, relax and try and still give them a good time. But deep down in your heart, this was not the experience you actually planned for them, but things just didn't happen the way you wanted them to happen. And some of the plans that you had hoped for just didn't come to fruition. So, you just play it off as, oh, this is exactly what I wanted for you guys, So the trip looked like it was rushly put together, which honestly I find quite telling, considering how Mia always give Wendy the business whenever Wendy organizes an event or a trip, and Mia is always complaining that said trip or said event is not up to standard, not up to Mia's standard. But then here we have Madam Know-It-All, Mia, the chief planner, organizes a trip, and it's the most low-rent, low-budget trip I have ever seen on the Real Housewives franchise. And this is me being completely honest. The trip was so déclassé. But as usual, nobody's going to tell Mia that, because at the end of the day, they are all going to play nice to her just so that she can continue the mission. She has to complete the mission. And the mission is get Candace and Wendy riled up so that we can get them out of the show. And until such time as this mission is complete, we're going to play nice. We're going to act like we are into whatever it is that you're doing because we want you to complete the mission. So anyway, the ladies arrive at the house in Miami, and right off the gate, we see Mia's intent to make the trip as unpleasant for Wendy as possible set in motion. First of all, the room assignment says it all. She's obviously very much in charge of the room placement and where she chose to put Wendy. They placed Wendy in the smallest room with the smallest bed, which obviously made one half of the Green Eye Bandit very pleased because according to Robin, what she later says in the confessional, Wendy is the meanest person. When she said that, I'm projecting much, Robin, because from what the majority of us can see, you, Robin, are the mean one. Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch also has green eye. You're the main one, Mr. Grinch. Anyways, my issue, let me quickly say this. It's not that they gave Wendy the smallest room or whatever, because there's only a limited number of rooms in the house. So at some point, one of the ladies are going to get the smallest room. But it is the fact that they take so much joy in highlighting that Wendy is getting the smallest room. It's just the meanness of it all that really, really makes me feel like, anybody can get any kind of room, but you don't have to gloat about it. You don't have to be conniving about it. That's the part that I don't like. Like I said, there is only a limited number of rooms in the house. Somebody out of all the women is going to get the smallest room, but just don't act as if, ooh, we get her now. She's getting the smallest room. Like, it's the meanness. That's the one that I don't get, honestly. Why invite somebody to come on a trip knowing in your heart that you're going to treat them poorly? Why do that? Why? That's what I don't get. It's just terrible, honestly. And like I said, part of season 6 and now season 7, since it started, has really made me feel really pensive and really tense. I'm not having fun with the show anymore. I'm not exactly sure if it was production idea to pit light skin cast versus dark skin cast against each other. I'm not exactly sure. And by production, I mean Giselle and Robin, because according to what I heard during the podcast interview between Giselle and Carlos King, she's the honorary producer. She's the honorary ghost producer. So maybe this was Giselle's idea, being a ghost producer in quotation. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But if this is her plan, if this is her idea, it's going to fall flat on her face, because this is not going to end well for anybody. It's a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. But yeah, on that note, this is what I'm going to end this. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all so much. Like this video if you like it. Catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.